The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, as I said, about 3 minutes away now still from the Golden Ticket and Switchfoot tickets. Just stay right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. But I have some breaking news on the show. For almost 5 years of talking about wanting to settle down in St. Charles eventually, as I live in the city in the North Center area right now. I've lived all over the city, and someday I have 5 different places, neighborhoods, and I thought maybe I'll settle down in St. Charles. But after all this chicken talk that we've had this morning about Mundaline allowing chicken coops, I think it's going to spread to other suburbs. It already has, apparently, as 630 checked in from St. Charles. Might want to tell Brian that 6 chickens are allowed in a St. Charles ordinance at residential homes. That's already in place.
The good news is most of the people texting in, we have people in Sleepy Hollow, St. Charles, Elgin, and they have chickens, okay?
Yep.
But most of these people are saying the roosters are banned, so it's not noisy. So they can have the chickens, but they can't have the cock-a-doodle-doo rooster.
Is that sexist?
Really?
That you can't have the man chicken running around?
It makes a lot of noise.
It does. I agree. I don't like chickens
Maybe
at
he
all.
should fix himself. See somebody about that. I don't even think the rooster would bother me because I'm already gone.
Is there a business in being a rooster vasectomy specialist?
I don't think they make that sound because they haven't had their penis cut off. I don't think that's what's going on.
You think they'll still make the sound?
Yeah. Probably louder.
Probably, I know. Damn.
More high pitched.
That sucks. This sucks.
He's pissed off, rooster.
Well, I appreciate everybody checking in from all the burbs that allow chickens. At 312.
It'll just say a doodle-doo because it doesn't have the first part.
Oh, God. Wow. Kenzie, you can go home. You're done.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, if you missed the keyword for the Golden Ticket and Switchfoot tickets, hang tight. We'll give it to you again after sports.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, I got to say, even being a Cubs fan and Cubs Sox, of course, the game last night, it was a wild, fun game to watch. Went back and forth. Sox were up 1-0 when Ian Happ came up and hits a 2-run homer to take the Cubs up 2-1. Then for the White Sox, Elvis gets in there, a perfect base hit that brought home 2. So then the Sox go up 3-2. Bottom of the 4th, Seiya Suzuki, my guy, goes in for a long ball to tie it up. But then this happened and pretty much finished the game with Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox.
That ball's launched to left field. Way out of here. Sox take the lead.
He took his time going around the bases.
Yeah, did you see the NBC Sports Chicago?
I wish you would have tripped.
The NBC Sports Chicago Twitter put up there were Cubs fans flipping him off
Yeah.
when he hit the home run and he stared him down.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I think he did the shh sign back to them in the stands.
They looked aggressively Wrigleyville, the people that were giving him the finger. So good for Luis Robert Jr. on.
What does aggressively Wrigleyville mean?
I think they bought their home plate seats with daddy's money, that sort of vibe.
Good Lord.
It's just the reality of it. It's not a statement towards everybody there, but those two people specifically, those people.
Case is so mad that people can get seats behind home plate. In any ballpark in the country, he thinks, why not me? I work hard. How do these people get these seats? And
Maybe they were just mad because their team lost. Doesn't mean they couldn't buy their tickets.
Okay, go look at those people. They seem.
Didn't see them. But I really hope they're white because you keep saying those people and it makes me nervous. For the sake of our show, I really hope they're white.
They're Cubs fans. They're white. It's okay.
We will fire Kate. We'll address this tomorrow.
God, do I need that?
After I see the picture.
God, do I need that drop? What you mean, you people?
We are so sorry. We did not know what Case meant at the time. We thought it was because, like, how they were dressed or something.
Case, then privately, my interview will go, Case had a long history of saying, you people. Throw him right under the bus.
I was like, I was unaware. I've only been here for a few months.
I had no idea he was a monster. I really
He was
didn't
so
know.
Some
nice.
kind of deposition that comes out. He was talking about Cubs fans, not a race. Just Cubs fans out there.
Oh, God.
So moving on, Brian.
Moving on, the White Sox have now won 6 straight at Wrigley, which is not good considering how the season they've had, and this was supposed to be Cubs, let's keep it going. Now, I forgot who the Brewers play, but the Dodgers beat the Brewers last night.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't get my own wild card update. I know they're still on the outside this way because, of course, they lost tonight, too. And the White Sox didn't do their job in beating the Brewers last weekend. I think the Phillies lost as well. So that also helps in the wild card race.
Well, instead of doing this weird mental math that you're doing, let's make it simple for everybody and make it clear that the Cubs need to win these games and that it's devastating to them in the long run, possibly, that they lost a simple game to the White Sox here. These are the games the Cubs have to win, but like Kinsey's been saying all year, they play to the level of their competition. They beat the good teams, they lose to the bad teams.
Yeah, clearly. And they got one more tonight, only one more with the White Sox. Then the Royals come to town, and that needs to be an important series. I mean, Cubs need to win everything right now. It's 6 weeks out, 5 or 6 weeks out of the season. And when you're just on that bubble of where the NL wildcard race is, and of course the division race too.
There's still quite a few games left.
There is, but the Royals are the second worst team in baseball. That needs to be a series
So
where
we're
the Cubs
doomed.
slay that. Yeah, exactly. The Cubs
I
need to
wish
lay
you
the
were playing the
smack down
Yankees
there.
this weekend. Then we'd have a chance.
It'd be much better if they were playing them.
So annoying.
Also, a little bit of South Side, North Side bond last night as the White Sox concession workers. I want to picture that they marched up from Guaranteed Rate all the way to Wrigley. They didn't do that. They took the red line, of course. They got up there to Wrigley to both protest Tuesday night's game together with the concession workers at Wrigley and Guaranteed Rate. The bartenders, the cooks, the dishwashers, the cashiers, they're employed by Levy Restaurants. We just had the situation with Levy Restaurants that run the United Center.
Yes.
They striked, and then they got what they wanted. So they've been without a contract for 2 years, the concession workers at both ballparks. So they're trying to fight for at both.
At Comiskey and Wrigley?
Correct. So they're employed.
Was there any food? Was there no food?
No, there's been food. I've had plenty of fried pickles on the South Side.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Well,
But
geez.
they're fighting for a new contract. They reached the contract deal giving
It's
them.
a less impactful strike when you so good to eat.
Well, it could happen where they decide not to. Like the writers' strike, they've stopped writing
That's what
TV
I'm saying.
shows.
Like that one, they're putting in the real work.
I get. Well, the United Center did that, but they brought in, I guess you'd call them scabs,
Yeah.
for lack of a better reason, to cross the line and serve hot dogs.
That's just not fair to somebody who owns like a Harold's Chicken. They're like, I just own a restaurant. Like I'm not a scab.
Yeah, we have chicken we need to sell.
They're like, we're just in the restaurant business.
I will tell you, it will get solved in one game, though, if there's no food or beers.
That's what happened with the UC, basically, was I think they had the scabs for one appearance, and then
That would
we
be
signed that contract.
the time I finally go to Comiskey's. Because I actually want to go. I know it comes to me, but I really want to go because the food's awesome and it's so Chicago team. I would like to see it and experience it one time. And I know that I would go and they'd strike on the food. And I would riot. I'd be pushing things over.
Can you imagine if they had no beer for the Vanilla Ice performance next week?
Oh, it's next week already.
August 25th?
August 25th at Guaranteed Rate after the game, Vanilla Ice. But listen, you got to be pretty sauced by then.
People need to drink there.
Yeah.
That's going to not be a good length of time without liquor.
No one's going ice, baby, sober.
No.
I do.
Well, of course you do.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Call now. 312-591-8300 to compete against Kenzie in a trivia contest. Clash with Kenzie. You beat her, you get a cool Brian and Kenzie Q101 prize pack of stuff. And a lot of people have been taking the stuff and displaying it, I've noticed. The guy who does a sports podcast kind of put it up in his little area there. It looks kind of cool with the shirt and stuff he
It's
got.
going to come back to bite us in the ass.
Why is that?
Because somebody's going to have like a pro-Hitler podcast and our sticker is going to... We're not vetting who we said things to at all. We're going to be like, ruh-roh.
Listen. Don't display your Q101 material if that's your stance.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are not for what he did. And I want that to stand.
Well, he had a sports podcast.
Hitler?
Oh, no. No. No.
We're not for what Hitler did.
Our listener, yes.
And if the listener's pro-Hitler, I don't know him,
Well, you won't get a prize pack then.
then we are mad about the whole thing.
Chase will ask you that when you,
From now on.
if you win. Yeah, you can't even compete. You can't even play.
No,
Okay,
because we're not okay with it.
Fine, we'll just add that to the vetting process of trying to compete with trivia. 312-591-8300. Call up to compete against Kenzie. Clash with Kenzie.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
Ooh, and it's got a fresh prize pack waiting to throw out to somebody that beats Kenzie in trivia. And going for it will be Mandy in LaPorte today. Ahoy, Mandy. Tell us something real quick about yourself.
Ahoy, I am a home health aide, have been for over 20 years, and I am a proud dog owner of pit bulls.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. Now, wait, what'd you say you're a home health what?
Home health aide.
Aid.
Oh, okay. So what does that exactly mean?
I take care of disabled individuals, like in their home setting.
Wow.
Oh.
You're a good person. Kenzie, I think you should throw the
Great, I
game.
have to play a saint. Damn it.
All right,
Far
man.
from it, but
All right, Mandy. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
heads.
It is heads. As I show the cameras in the air. You should be happy about that. She should go first.
That's fine.
She's
I don't get that concerned about this game. I have to be really I have to be quite frank. I am totally fine with other people winning.
All right, Mandy. Question number 1. What holiday is on the last Monday in May?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Kenzie learned that yesterday.
I would have messed it up. I do not know which one's first.
Kenzie, what is the name of a word that is spelled the same forwards and backwards? There's a word for that. 3.
I don't. Ambidextrous is when you use both hands. That's all I got.
Mandy, do you know?
Is it a palindrome?
It's a palindrome.
Not even on the radar. You know, not even there. I'm not like, oh shoot, not on the tip of my tongue.
All right, it's 2-0. It's back to Mandy.
Mandy,
right.
the prevention by law of the manufacture and sale of alcohol between 1920 and 1933 was known as what?
Prohibition.
Prohibition's right. She's on a roll. She's on fire.
Yay.
Kenzie,
Is that my lead-in?
that's your lead
She
in.
gets all mad and all right.
It's back down to earth here.
All right, Kenzie. Who played the eccentric Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. She's on the board.
That's right.
No bonus points for volume there. I know she yelled it, but still only 1 point.
I only have one volume case.
I thought I'd lose my hearing from Pantera concerts. It's going to be from Kenzie.
It's crazy how life works, isn't it? 3-1 back to
I'm hard
Mandy.
of hearing. It's hard for me to tell that I'm loud.
But I'm not. You don't have to yell.
But I don't know what it sounds like.
What if I said talk quieter? Does that help?
No, I'm a bad whisperer. If we're in a setting and you want me to whisper, don't. It sounds a lot like this.
Good Lord.
All right, 3-1 back to Mandy.
Mandy, what is the closest star to the Earth? 3.
The sun.
The sun's right. Trick question.
Man, she's
Yay.
good.
Didn't fall for it. Let's see here. Kenzie. Chuck Taylor was the first endorser of what popular brand of shoes?
Nicknamed the Chucks with the Converse All-Stars.
That's right. I think a lot of people just know them as Chucks. They forget that they were called the Converse All-Stars. Kenzie gets
Their
2.
legal name.
Their legal name. Their birth name.
All right, Mandy can win it with a correct answer. It is 4-2. It is back to her.
Mandy, how about this? What city is the home of the Liberty Bell?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Wow, that horn took my hearing out. Jesus.
Oh my God, maybe you're just getting old.
Congratulations.
About everything today.
Mandy, you've got a Q101 Brian and Kenzie prize back.
Yay!
All
I know I
right.
could kick her butt.
Damn.
Okay, well, maybe we'll accidentally just get connected and you don't get anything. That's not very nice,
Love you,
Mandy.
Kenzie.
Nice retort. Good job.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
All right. So just for everybody else feeling left out of the winning, remember coming up at 8 a.m. is your next chance to be a part of the golden ticket. We got tickets for the Glorious Sons to qualify, and then everything Q101 does for an entire year can be yours.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Mike Shinoda with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. When did you realize you were dating a dummy? A dumb person? Doesn't mean you can go on and marry him and have a great life, or you're still with someone that says dumb things. But check in with us at 312-591-8300. Came across something that came from somebody that I know that their ex-husband used to pronounce ATM like Adam. So he's I'm going to the Adam.
Oh, I love that.
So now he didn't know. He thought it was not ATM. He thought I'm going to the Adam, get $100 out. Need me getting in the bank. The Adam. And of course, it's an ex-husband in the situation. Very sad that didn't work out for these people, but maybe it's for the
I
better.
kind of love that.
But if you ever have a moment like that, boy, They've said some dumb things. Doesn't mean you're not with them still. It could be you, too, that you were called out on it. Check into us at 312-591-8300.
I did something really dumb once.
I can't wait to hear
telling me a
this.
story. And, okay, when female, like other females, she's a lesbian, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's usually how you hear it. She's a lesbian.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Somebody said something one day to me, and they're like, she's lesbian. And I go, what? I go, you mean she's a lesbian? And they go, yeah, she's lesbian. And I'm like, I thought the word was ELESBIAN for a very long time because that's how you say. I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like LGBTQIAE plus. I was like, I thought it started with an E.
Yeah. Well, it's your Hispanic heritage. Maybe you thought it was L-lesbian.
Lesbian.
L-lesbian.
I felt so bad.
Oh.
I mean, luckily you wouldn't notice because I was just saying a lesbian.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, it's fine.
You're also not writing it down very often, so it's probably hard for someone to come up and call you out on that until you brought it up.
I didn't have to spell it out often. I wasn't in that scenario.
Yeah. Like you called yourself out on it because otherwise no one would have known.
It's just confusing. I'm like, are you slanging the word? Why are you saying it like that? It's not good. Not good.
219 checked in. My husband says Mimi for memes. He thought memes was Mimi. That's how you say it.
Like a fun meme?
Like an internet meme is a Mimi.
That's kind of cute. Some of these are cute. You guys are all mean.
Yeah, there's a lot.
These are just fun.
We really want to hear you guys call up on this one. A lot of texts coming through, but 312-591-8300. We'd love hearing your voice on this, like Adam checking in. I told an ex I took Route 30 to Hawaii, and she believed me. I also told my wife I took sushi making in South Korea, and she believed me. But my wife was very smart. I'm just really convincing. There are two things. There's two things in life. There's book smart and street smart. There's some people that are book smart that are just really common sense dumb, right? And they don't understand anything because they just have these photographic memories that can get them straight A's all the way through school and become a doctor and do these things, but they can't really process like logical thought. So check in here, 312-591-8300. What was the moment that you realized you were dating someone dumb?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, we are just about 9 minutes away from your next opportunity at the Golden Ticket. So stay right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. That's everything Q101 does for an entire year. And we're talking about when you realized that moment that you were dating a dummy. Now, I'm not dating Kenzie, but she just broke her microphone in here. If you're watching the cameras.
I have the world's crappiest microphone. I don't talk about it.
You okay? Should I put your mic down while you try to fix it there? You have to grab a different mic. You
No,
good?
I'm good. I fixed it.
Oh, good job.
Because I'm not stupid.
That's right. Unlike some people that are texting in and calling in at 312-591-8300. Olivia calling herself out. I pronounced flea market for the longest time as, let's go to a flea market. Flea. Also, Martha checked in from Chicago. My boyfriend thought that everyone in the Trans-Siberian Orchestra were trans people. And he asked this question to my mom at Christmas dinner.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love it. Hope you're still together, too. Hope you figured it out.
People are like, oh, I'm dating a dummy. I don't think so. I just think I love it. I love when people connect wrong dots. But you can understand a little bit. I think it's great.
Who wants to be with a smart person? Come on. Let's see here. Lisa from St. John, Indiana. I told my ex he just wanted to have his cake and eat it, too. And he said, I don't even like cake. Oh, what are you trying to prove there? Also, Enrique checked in from Wrigleyville, new listener to Brian and Kenzie, Q101. My partner did not know the difference between a lake and a river. And I'm not convinced she knows the difference today after I explained it. Kelly's checking in from Brookfield. Kelly, ahoy.
Ahoy. Yeah, so my fiance realized that she was dating the dummy because we were having a conversation one evening, and I pronounced the country of Qatar as Quater. And I didn't know I was mispronouncing it until she deadpan looked at me and went, what did you just say? And then I was like, no. Like, just keep saying it again. I'm like, no. But yeah, that was my most like embarrassing one. So she does this with me all the time now. If I mispronounce something, she'll look at me and go, "What did you say?" Yeah.
I want you to give yourself a break on this one because it's Qatar, and people pronounce it wrong all the time. So we're gonna give you a pass on that one.
Thank you.
And actually, I think in some parts of the world it's pronounced Qatar and not Qatar. So you can tell her that later tonight at dinner.
You're like, actually, I'm doing it the way the Qatarians do. So settle down.
Yeah, you tell her, Kelly. You tell her.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
All right, you have an awesome day. We have Will checking in from North Aurora. Will, ahoy.
Ahoy, guys.
So we're talking about the moment you realized you were dating a dummy. You guys check in at 312-591-8300. What's up, bud?
We were, me and the ex-wife were traveling north from Springfield to come up and visit, and we drove through, like, the Lockport area. And you know how they got them refineries off to the side, and they've got the burn-off stacks with the flames?
Yep.
I, with a straight face, looked at her when she asked me what they were, and I told her that that's where they held the Olympic flame when the Olympics weren't in session. And until the point that I couldn't keep a straight face anymore, she wholeheartely believed me. And once I cracked up and started dying laughing, I caught a few good hits to the arm while I was driving.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's so good.
That was a pivotal point in my relationship.
Now you guys are still together, right?
The ex-wife.
Oh,
man.
That wasn't the point.
You come across not very nice. You know, that's why you left her.